What are your thoughts on women who use retroactive consent?
Okay, that's a doozy. Basically, okay, what he's... Bro,
Yeah, how would you
hello?
define it? Yeah.
I mean, basically, I think what he's getting at is a woman consents and then later she regrets it. Either the guy was a jerk or there was some social fallout from hooking up with the guy, so she's trying to... So she consented in the moment, but then she regrets it, or she's vindictive because whatever, the guy didn't want to keep seeing her, whatever it may be.
I mean, alcohol and other things could be a
Yeah, I was about to
factor.
say, as long as she's sober, if she's consenting while she's sober, then going back on that, at that point, it's
Yeah, you can rip consent away while in the action. Absolutely. If you say yes and then you don't like it and you say no, they should stop.
Yes.
But after you've already done it and then weeks, years, months go by, and then you're like, no, they did this and I didn't want it to happen. Like,
I think
I
the only
retract my
the only
consent,
factor
then-
that changes that is age. That's it.
Yeah.
What?
Because an immature, if the brain is not fully developed and you
That's-
think you want it, if
Wait,
the
sorry, go
what do
ahead,
you
go ahead.
mean? If the brain is not fully developed, if it's a younger, like let's say it's a young girl or something, and there's an older man trying to basically hook up with her, and
Disavow.
she's into it, and your brain isn't fully. What's the
Are
age?
you talking? You're talking about an adult woman, right?
No, a younger
So the brain
woman
typically
and a
develops-
adult.
When you
minor.
say woman, that
It doesn't
means
matter.
adult.
It doesn't
So you're
matter.
saying 18 and over. So you're saying like a 19-year-old who's dating like a 27-year-old?
It doesn't matter. I think whatever, and I don't have the exact age, but there's
It's
an age where
25.
25 where
Yeah.
So women under 25 can't consent to sex? Is
no,
that?
I think that legally, if they're still consenting to it, legally, if they feel, let's say like years down the line, they're like, why am I feeling some sort of emotion around this interaction with this person? I hooked up with this person. Why do I feel weird about it? It feels yucky. It's because typically when you're under the age of 25, your brain isn't fully developed. Therefore, you may have felt a certain way in that moment, but as you grow older and your mindset changes and you have a mature brain, you can actually feel a different way.
Well, you can feel a different way,
But it's legally still legal. Like you can't.
Okay, yes.
You get what I'm saying? But that's the only factor that I feel would change it.
Yeah, but I mean,
So is
you're hold on. I mean, you're making it about age, but isn't it plausible that someone could hook up with someone and have been totally into it, and then maybe they date for 3 months, everything's totally chill, but then there's some gnarly breakup, and then you obviously regret having been involved with this person
So I'm
because
just
there's
going
some...
based on my own experience. So I'm very blunt and
So
straightforward.
you dated like a 70-year-old when you were
no.
21?
So
or
I
what?
was I want to say 18 or 19, and I didn't have sex with the person at all.
Okay.
But I was still legal, but the person was 40s or something, and we made out and stuff like that. And
Okay.
I was completely fine. I was like, wow, this is so great. Like at the time, like he's so like da-da-da. And then years later, I was like, wow, why am I crying? Why am I crying around this situation? Why does it like feel yucky and feel weird? And I'm like, and I did research, and I realized that the brain is fully done developing at 25. And I'm like, why am I feeling so emotional around this? You know, when I did consent to it and I did feel okay at the time, but I do feel like I was taken advantage of. But this doesn't make sense because I was okay with it. And so then I had to look at the facts and look at science, and I'm like, maybe that's why. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not sitting here and saying that's correct or incorrect, but I'm just kind of giving my experience.
Okay. But you years later felt uncomfortable by the situation.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, you're entitled to feel uncomfortable
Yeah.
with the situation down the road. I mean, his question was something very specific when it comes to retroactive. I mean, that'd be like you basically like down the road there was consent in the moment, but like for whatever reason you retroactively. Okay. Anyways, let's move on.
But that's
from
the
that,
same thing, right?
Well, I mean,
It's saying like, because I do feel like in a sense I was taken advantage of because I was so young.
because you made out with an older dude.
I was
that you
18
wanted
years
to?
old and I was so young, and this guy me. He knew what he was saying. He knew what he needed to do to make me feel some type of way. I do feel like I was groomed.
At 19?
At 18 years old. I do feel like I was groomed in a sense. And because it doesn't make sense that I would feel so emotional about that situation. Like, why?
But I mean, grooming usually is like in the context of like
Okay, well let me
like
let
children.
Me make this, let me help you understand this situation more. I was getting into modeling. He's a photographer.
Okay.
He's has a high status in that area.
Oh, so
Says
this
that
is
he
like
can
casting
help me.
couch shit.
So it's like, well, it's not.
No, but there's like a
No,
casting
But it's like
couch
he
type
took
of fucking.
he abused his power in a sense. But I consented. So like I can't sit here and take it back because legally speaking, it was legal, right? But
Yeah.
I feel funky about it. So what could be the common denominator or the factor that is creating that?
I mean, I
Maybe
suppose-
it's my age. Maybe my brain's not fully developed, and like, so that's just a personal experience. And I'm like, because if you think about it, what else would it be? That's weird. Why am I feeling like
Well, I don't think. I mean, if he
I
was, if,
didn't fully like I wasn't in my? I feel like it wasn't like
well, you consented.
right, but like I
but
wasn't.
I think you're not wrong for feeling if he was using the fact that he's this established photographer and he was perhaps misleading you, like he was like, oh, come hang out because I want to shoot with you, and then he
Right.
starts like hitting on you. I think that's kind of scummy.
But now at this age though, and like being, and maybe it's not even an
But
age
I don't know if
thing.
he did that.
Maybe it's not even an age thing, but now looking back at it, like I don't feel like I was the person I am today would have made that decision. And so maybe it's age.
So you think the age of consent should be increased?
No, I'm not trying to debate any of that. I'm just telling you my personal
Are
experience.
you saying that women shouldn't vote until 25?
Oh, hell no.
Wow, Julia, that's
Listen,
really sexist of you.
I know I came here with that is it beret? I came here with that beret, but like I'm not on that team currently.
Wow.
Okay.
Yo, everybody in the chat say that Julia is a raging misogynist. How dare you want to rage the age that women can vote at to 25? You should run as a politician, and that's your platform.
Oh my.
Women can only vote. Yeah, okay. Okay, what? Jesus. Okay, that was an interesting one. So we have something